As the great Chad Kroger once said, it's getting late, I haven't seen my dates. So tell me when the boys get here. It's 7 o'clock and I want to rock. Want to get a belly full of beer. I've got a cup. You've got piss warm there.
Let's go.
I've got ice cold because it's 7 o'clock in Edmonton, baby, and we are pre-gaming. No place I would rather be. A Saturday. Spent the entire day watching college basketball, hung over on the couch. Let's now flip it over to some Oilers hockey with college basketball on the side screen TV. Brett, you're on that all night. But Oilers, Lightning, late game hockey night in Canada. Standalone game?
Standalone. There's no other games at 8 o'clock. It's just Oilers Lightning that the hockey world will be transfixed by tonight.
Come on now. No place I'd rather be. Edmonton coming off a... whatever you want to call Thursday night, embarrassing piss-poor effort against the Florida Panthers. The Lightning, game 3 of 4 of a road trip. They're got 2 wins in a row. Twins 6-2 dubs over Seattle and the Vancouver Canucks. Should be a good one, and we're excited to pregame. Hello, what up, and welcome. Pregaming is brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION when signing up, and take advantage of the 3-goal early payout promo they've got going on. When your team goes up by 3 goals at any point in the hockey game, bang, auto win. Doesn't matter. They could still lose the hockey game in regulation, overtime. This also applies to the NBA when your team goes up 15 points. Joined by the one, the only, Michael Menzies, who just said he put product in his hair before this. We have a side fan here.
Just a little bit.
And at moments, your hair is blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
I'm fired up, brother.
Let's go. It's Saturday, you wake up Saturdays. This is why I love calling games, is that it just feels different on Saturday. And I get to sleep in the morning. I get to wake up at like noon. I know what I'm doing that day. I can get a couple things done. I take my shower at 4 o'clock, put on my suit and my tie. I take my drive to the rink, and I'm ready to go for a 7 o'clock puck drop. Obviously, now we're talking about the Oilers, but let's be reminded tonight.
No suit and tie tonight, hey?
No suit and tie.
Underdressed,
a little more
like.
cash than...
Brett and I are wearing quarter zips.
Yeah.
You didn't get yours.
Hey, I got a quarter zip in the...
Didn't get the memo, hey,
in
buddy?
the SUV, but
That's
we'll
for
see.
After Dark, folks. That's for After Dark.
We'll see. Let's request taking off layers instead of putting on layers, I find. But look, let's be reminded. Here's what I am hoping for tonight. To be reminded that this game is played by people who are mere flesh and blood. That this game comes down to passion. It isn't just an analytical battle of high danger scoring chances this way or another and expected goals. You want to see your team compete. And the Oilers on home ice this year against tough teams have not done that nearly enough. This is a night, it's Saturday night. The weather's gorgeous outside today. It's great to be walking around, driving around the city tonight. Let's see the team put in an honest effort.
I want to night crawl so bad later tonight on my drive home. Windows down, playing my Win by J-Rock. That's my Win song we've covered on this show. Brett knows, he's usually in the vehicle with me.
Oh, yeah.
It gets hype. Producer Brett here as well. Bert, you excited? Good hockey game. I just want to basically forget about Thursday night and move the fuck on from that one.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because, again, I make the clips for pre-gaming and After Dark.
And you do a great job.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But I made a clip on, I guess that would have been Friday. Thursday was the last game, right? So Friday. And, of course, Trent Frederic went down with an injury. Mm-hmm. Made a clip about Trent Frederic.
Saw that.
And all the comments sat there and went, yeah, but he's out. And I went, you're right. And that sucks because he has played very well. And you sit there and there's hopefully, and it looks like Roby Järventie is going to be making his Oilers debut. There's going to be some new looks for the Edmonton Oilers. But I sat there and just went, ah, man, because I have really liked what Trent Frederic, and especially what the bottom six has brought to the Edmonton Oilers lately. That game, I don't want to get too mad. I don't want to get too mad.
You fired up Thursday night.
I was fired up, and I still am very upset about what I saw on Thursday night against the Florida Panthers. And we've seen what some of the conversation around Leon Draisaitl has been. And you sit there and go, we'll talk about what he exactly said, but he goes and sits
You guys
there
speak
and
German?
goes,
Do we know that's what he said?
watched
for
a lot of Bundesliga
Yeah,
soccer.
you're a big Bundesliga guy.
Big Bundesliga guy.
Yeah,
I have a couple of Bayern jerseys, but you sit there and go, "Oh, what do you mean if the Oilers go long enough?" And Aaron, you, me, and Menzies, we have discussed how nice it would be if we had a long summer. A little backhanded as everything, but he sits there and goes,
Where's this going?
if the Oilers go long enough into the playoffs and he's able to come in and play, that was what he said on the pitch. Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, there's a lot of discourse here about what, I didn't know Draisaitl flew to Germany.
Yeah.
Is getting seen by Dr. Hans, who is this celebrity athlete doctor who has an interesting past.
Dr. Hans Wilhelm Mueller Wolfart. That's a mouthful.
Yeah,
That's a mouthful.
It's a
from that
mouthful.
guy.
I mean, I didn't realize he was flying back, and obviously there's been, some contrasting timelines. Look, we don't know, and one of the strong rumors that we heard, this injury can't be now. There was a rumor going around our office about it being a broken rib.
Yeah.
Well, if this can't be that. So who knows? It was interesting today to see that he has gone overseas to be treated, and who knows? I don't know really how to feel about all this, because we know Draisaitl's pain threshold is one thing. Mm-hmm. And what a average normal Homo sapiens pain threshold is, it seems to be a lot higher.
He's
for
built
Draisaitl.
German tough.
So I don't know. It's been weird between Knoblauch, Bowman, and Draisaitl about what everyone said.
It's always weird with Chris Knoblauch when it comes to injuries. You just expect that he's going to lie to you. Any timeline I get, I usually add 14 days on top of it. That timeline was actually dead accurate for Zach Hyman earlier this season. Just add 14 days on top. Now, I don't want to sit here and completely overanalyze a sentence and the wording from Leon Draisaitl, but that's also exactly what we're going to do. He said, quote, "I hope so," in regards to being back for the NHL playoffs. I hope so. That's the plan, which is why I'm here right now. It'll certainly take a few weeks, that's for sure, but I hope we can keep playing long enough for me to be able to step in at some points. We had heard Chris Knoblauch wasn't giving us much of an update. Elliot Friedman had to go right to Stan Bowman to get some wording, and that was he would return by at the end of the regular season, I believe was the wording on that one. Who knows, folks? Either way, I think we know for sure he'll be out till for sure game 82. This one makes me think that this could be maybe a couple games in round one, maybe the entirety of round one.
But it also doesn't necessarily conflict from that timeline, because the Oilers have not clinched a playoff spot, and so in order for them to,
so that's what he meant by hope we can keep playing long enough.
For him to keep playing, you know what I'm saying?
Also, did he say this? I don't speak German. I need someone I trust to translate.
I've been fooled by AI a time or two. So I don't know.
Are you saying that's AI?
Did my eyes see him in Germany?
I'm not there.
There's a potential it could be a deep fake.
It's funny because I keep scrolling through because the Elliott tweet did come through where he is kind of, I don't want to say confirming what he has been reporting, but just kind of laying down the framework going, Bowman said this, Draisaitl said this, don't whatever over-exaggerate, but going over all the soccer tweets with him and Leon Goretzka and all the soccer players, it's really funny to see. But it really jarred me this morning when I sat there and saw Leon in Germany, and I went, why the fuck is he over there? And then I went, he's out for the season, isn't he? It definitely jarred me, but just to bring it all, round, all the way around, it really jarred me in Germany today.
So his doctor, Dr. Hans Wilhelm Mueller Wolfart. I like that. Longtime physician, I believe 41 years for Bayern Munich. he has a bit of a reputation. So correct me if I'm wrong. Is he the guy that Christian McCaffrey went out to go see in Germany? Is this who Matthews went out to go see? Or is this a completely different guy?
Well, it's certainly Matthews, but over the years, many high-profile athletes across several disciplines have seen Dr. Hans. And there has been some interesting reporting that has been done about how he treats certain injuries versus perhaps a more mainstream type of approach. I'm not going to tell you about.
I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. I don't even have a PhD. I'm not Darren Drager either. So for me to comment on the health, it kind of just took me by surprise. What have you? Really, nothing necessarily changes from what this says to what has been talked about anyways. And so, yeah, we can speculate till we're blue in the face. It ain't changing shit.
So what you kind of mentioned there, he's got a bit of a weird reputation, this doctor. Shout out Zach Lang. He has a great article on Oilersnation.com detailing this. Waz put up a video earlier today. You should read this article. There was a 2011 article from ESPN's Mike Fish, and he described Dr. Mueller-Wolfhart as he, quote, ranks as either the greatest healer since Hippocrates or is a quack with a hyperactive syringe. Going on to say he's not an ordinary doctor. His treatment methods are a little bit different. I'm down for out-of-the-box treatment. So is Leon Draisaitl, clearly. So is Bayern Munich, though, for 41 years. So, clearly, you're the soccer guy, Bert.
Well, that was exactly
football guy.
Football. That was exactly what I was going to mention. I was just taking a look at, in 2020, he left Bayern Munich just to specifically work with athletes, but he had been there, as you mentioned, for so long, and they sat there, and it was a devastating loss for the team. Alphonso Davies, who has been a very important figure for the Canadian national team. I don't want to obviously directly correlate anything to anything, but since 2020, Fonzie has not had a great injury history. And he has been very injured, and since like that, he has been very important to Bayern Munich. I'm very curious to see what comes out of this for Leon Draisaitl, how soon he comes out of this.
If you can't trust Dr. Fart, I don't know who you can trust. Okay, that's a name. That's a name for sure. Somebody also said you don't have a PhD, but you still have a BBL.
I do.
We're back.
Yeah, I know.
It sat off on the bench for one game.
I just don't want to intimidate. Its proximity to Pangs on Thursday, I just think would have thrown off the whole show.
Tyler texted me and he went, "Holy shit, you actually wouldn't be able to fit all three laptops on the screen."
It takes some space.
Feels good to be back. Feels good to be back.
It does, yeah. And it was good. It was put to good use, as we learned on Thursday night. And
yes. We'll leave that there. We'll leave that in the past. I also didn't get caught up in the chat at the very beginning. I forgot to tell you that Austin was in, and he was saying, "Bordzy, fire up this fucking band, baby." I also like Lance. Lance was DMing me all day about college basketball. He said, "I have just been on the couch all day going mad in the month of March watching basketball. Now it's Oilers hockey time." Just a lazy Saturday of watching sports. These are the days I live for.
Best time of the year.
Best 4 days of the year?
It's the best time of the year.
Brett, would you go 4 days of Masters weekend or 4 days the first two rounds of March Madness? I'm March Madness third.
First 2 rounds, March Madness.
Masters Sunday is better than all of that, but if you're talking longevity of 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
have you seen that?
See the ass groove on my couch right now. It's incredible.
Have you seen that meme, or not meme or whatever, but that's been going around on social media where it's like Group A, Group B, which would you rather sit on? And it's like Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA, Masters, all that stuff. And March Madness is in Group B, and Stanley Cup playoffs is in Group A. And I was like, if you swap them, if you swap March Madness, and it's like it would be March Madness, MLB playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs, and like something else, I would go, that's perfect right now, because this is absolutely the best weekend of the year. And then we get into the Masters. My biggest Masters March Madness memory is Kevin Ware and all that stuff. That is my biggest
all-time injury.
Again, best time of the year for sports. even if it's awful.
I laughed at Dav, and he said, way to stretch that first 15 minutes,
Hey, we
fellas.
got a hockey game today.
We got hockey to talk about.
Prepped
We got
up?
hockey. So I guess, once again, we can talk about it for a couple minutes, then we'll move on from Thursday night. I arguably got more mad on Friday after Thursday's contest. The more that I thought about that hockey game, the Oilers completely embarrassed 4-0 at the hands of their bitter rival, the Florida Panthers. It was a lifeless, cowardly effort. We could use plenty of other words as well. Not only were they outplayed, but they were out-hustled, out-competed, out-hit, well, I guess not. The Oilers technically did have more hits than them, but there was no emotion. There was no physicality. They were pushed around on the ice. And then we did get some clips on Oilers Nation After Dark of Chris Knobloch and some of the things he had to say. We were also dead on, the three of us in this room, with our impressions of the Gregor Speck questions and Nobby. 99% accuracy. That was some of our finest work we have done yet. When I went and watched the entire Knobloch media availability, you texted me at like 1 a.m. and were like, boys, you got to watch this fucking thing because this is crazy. We played a full 2.5 minutes of it yesterday on ONE because the way Nobby spoke about that game had me completely questioning my ability to watch hockey, analyze hockey, and it felt like guys in the media room also felt that way because, as Nobby pointed out, the expected goals and high danger chances, they wasn't that bad. I don't trust natural stat tricks numbers in that hockey game. Those comments from Nobby post-game is exactly why the fan base right now is so upset with him from time to time. The fact that you make a statement like that with a straight face was baffling, confusing. Intern Tristan just popped in the studio, boys. What was your takeaway? You were fired up super. Did you get in the bourbon when you watched that?
Yeah, well, I was listening to it and on my drive home and then made a stop to the liquor store because then I was up till 4 a.m. writing this column with my thoughts, because then I listened to what Paul Maurice said before the game, Matthew Tkachuk, what he said before the game. And look, I don't think it's ultimately on the head coach for the team to be motivated and play with physicality.
It's game 70 of the NHL season. You're taking on your bitter rival.
The players play the game. But to sort of not acknowledge that this was an element to the drama of the rematch and everything that built into it, and to just say, well, it was about 2 points, well, then let's look at it the other way. The Oilers' game plan on Thursday was not any good. Knobloch said he thought they broke the forecheck very well. In the first period...
What was he watching?
The decisive period of the loss, they did not break the forecheck very well. The same forecheck that had them beating their heads against the wall in the Stanley Cup final.
Twice.
So that's what is a little alarming to me, and about the coach's decisions leading up to the game about how the lines were changed again. So I was emotional and frustrated from what I heard about how the head coach viewed it. The players were a little bit better, but they still, I was still surprised. And this is just how this hockey team is. Until maybe game 83, game 1 of the postseason. But this is who they are. And I thought they were trending in a different direction after, despite getting belted by Dallas, they mixed it up and created scrums and didn't go quietly into the night. And how they chased Ozzy Weisblatt around the ice. And even in the Sharks game they did. You know, Utah and Anaheim last night, you would have thought they were in the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years, the way they played and battled in that third period with multiple scrums. And that could be a potential first-round matchup, but they don't have any lingering bad blood. So... look, we're not saying that you gotta like Dave Brown someone and fucking kill a guy, but where's that intensity and passion? That the emotional level of the team does have to be starting to rise and not have a peak and valley every third game.
It's just a very discouraging effort, and the fact that, yes, the Oilers post-trade deadline, you have seen a couple of these things where, okay, they're rounding into shape a little bit, looking like a unit, like a team. And then you have a wet fart, as I described it Thursday against the Panthers. It's very, very disappointing. And then you mentioned, I guess, to add on to your points. So Tuesday, the Edmonton Oilers play a great hockey game. They score 5 goals. They get depth scoring. Their mentality was shoot from everywhere. You saw Connor Murphy score from the blue line. Zach Hyman, point shot, gets deflected. He buries the rebound type situation. It was shoot the puck, make it simple. You're not going to have Leon Draisaitl. Everybody needs to pick up their bootstraps. And I liked how the lineup looked on Tuesday night. Chris Knobloch's idea then for Thursday was to switch things up. We saw the top line, Pod Colson, up with McDavid and Matt Savoy. That will not be the case tonight, as he has gone back to Zachary Martin Hyman. It's stuff like this where you're just like, why would you do that? I said to you, maybe it was Pod's the bodyguard aspect. Is that the only reason why? Well, no, because they didn't have any pushback in that hockey game. As for this one, they are going back to Zach Hyman on the first line with our boy. You just mentioned the game last night that went down. I think, should we do standings watch now? Because it was a lovely day for the Edmonton Oilers.
Absolutely.
In the Pacific Division. Brett, give me my standings watch down, please. I love that stuff. It was an eventful day of hockey already today. And it was a blessed one for the Edmonton Oilers. Shout out to the Pacific Division because nobody wants to win hockey games. So, dude, it's truly unbelievable how bad we are compared to the rest of the NHL. And one of these teams is going to be in the Western Conference Finals. So earlier today, Seattle lost 5-2 to Columbus. San Jose lost 4-1 to Philly. LA lost 4-1 to Buffalo. And the Golden Knights lost 4-1 to the Nashville Predators. 3 teams the Oilers have chasing them. 3 teams that dropped an opportunity to get 2 points. You see it on your screen. Brett, scroll back up at 1. The Oilers in the 2 seed. They have one more game played than Vegas. They will also have 2 more by the end of tonight. If they were to grab a point by the look of this, they would be in first place. But hey, as long as the Oil sit in second place, the more I watch Vegas fall apart the way they have been, I kind of like the Oilers' chances against anybody that isn't, I'll say, the Anaheim Ducks right now in the Pacific Division.
Ducks have 80.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I'm looking at the spread. I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, the Ducks have 80 points after their loss.
Either way.
Let's refresh this.
NHL.com. Whatever. Well, either way, they do have 80 points. They do have 80
I'm
points.
on it right now. It's at 80.
Standings watch. What a blessed day to be in the Pacific Division. And if the Oilers can get 2 points, which will be very difficult tonight. We'll talk about the Lightning in just a second. Positive day. I spent, once again, my day very hungover watching college basketball, and then I did my scoreboard watching throughout the day. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of hockey today. I had it on. I was writing my column for tomorrow. There you see it, 80 points. I mean, look, since I wrote about the Sharks last week, they're 0-4. Vegas lost all 3 games this week. They scored just 1 goal. Seattle won on Sunday. They've lost 3 straight since. The Kings went 1-1-1 this week. The Ducks 2-0-1. The Oilers 2-1 if you include Sunday. So in this 3-legged race of 6-year-olds, the Oilers are right near the front of this race. And look, it's an opportunity because look, their home performances here need to pick up. This is where the Oilers have to, like, if you're going to be a flawed team, your home ice has to at least be something for you. And as we've alluded to, so they're 8-1 here in the calendar year at home. Only twice in their 17 home games this calendar year have they never trailed. So that means in 6 of those wins, they've come back from a deficit. And they had 8 in their first 17 home games. They had 8 games they never trailed. So in the new year, they've been a worse home team. And they've not played against non-Pacific legit teams. A 4-0 shutout to Florida, 6-3 loss to Carolina, 7-3 loss to Minnesota, 6-2 loss to Pittsburgh, OT loss to Buffalo, 1-0 shutout loss to Minnesota, 8-3 to Dallas, 9-1 to Colorado. You got to go back to like October to get like a legit home win. And so all of this to say that this is a big opportunity tonight. Like the Lightning, yes, they're a strong team. They've got weapons all over the ice. You're getting the guy who's got the most points in the last 3 years and a line that's cooking. Let's see the Oilers emotionally respond and bounce back against a true good opponent tonight.
Going to what you're talking about with the Golden Knights, they lost their 9th in their last 12 games.
Yeah.
And, like, they're still sitting.
Give them to me.
In a play.
I want them.
And that's
I want
the thing. The Oilers absolutely decimated them in the playoffs. And you're sitting there going, they could get the Ducks. They could play the Ducks in the playoffs. They could play the Vegas Golden Knights. We joked earlier, and we have joked about it might be an early summer for the Edmonton Oilers. But if they're playing the Vegas Golden Knights, they're going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights. And if they play the Anaheim Ducks, they're going to beat the Anaheim Ducks. We joke about it, but again, we talk about, thank you.
Come here.
We talked about the realignment and how much I don't really care about the playoff alignment, whatever. If this is what it's going to be, it might not be a short or a long summer for the Edmonton Oilers because those are teams they're going to beat.
Because it's a cup year.
Cup, yeah.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Now, the Lightning. I'm not going to tell you anything you don't already know. They are very good at hockey. They are a very well-coached team. They are deep. They have an elite goaltender. They're good on special teams. They're just really good. So they're second in the Atlantic Division right now. I believe 6 points back of Buffalo. They do have 3 games in hand on Buffalo. And this squad is a perennial Stanley Cup threat every single season. And they're on a roll right now. And they are led by a man that is absolutely tearing up the NHL right now. Nikita Kucherov, in the calendar year, in 2026, has 63 points in 28 games. I repeat, 63 points in 28 games. That is fucked up. Look at these numbers here. 114 points on the season, 38 goals. He is elite. We all know it. He has been on fire this back half of the season. The Lightning, they have won their last 2 games in a row on this road trip, beating the Kraken 6-2, beating the Vancouver Canucks by a score of 6-2. But they are led by this man, and boy, is he having a hell of a season. And once again, this guy is in the top 3 every single season. He is just expected to put up insane numbers like this. And if he played in any other market, I feel like would be discussed so much more when I just go and check my my player stats on the season throughout the years. Go, oh yeah, there's Cooch again, being elite, being a dog.
Well, I got some pushback the other night when I suggested Kucherov was the second best player in the league behind
63 points in 28 games is crazy.
No one's had more points the last 3 years than him, and that line reunited with Anthony Cirelli back on the top unit with Hagel and Kucherov. They have 20 points combined in their last 2 games. So they've been getting it done. And John Cooper talked about that. I think they were 19-1-1 heading into the Olympic break. Kind of scuffled a bit, only winning 3 of their next 10. And now they're saying, look, we're playing much more of a direct game that we need to play. So they've obviously done well so far in this road trip and taken care of some lesser competition. And the Oilers have to be ready for a team that, has this dangerous top line. We didn't like, Knobloch's comments, but I don't think he was out to lunch when he suggested that, it wasn't that Florida played that great. They didn't have a ton of top scoring chances, particularly from their top players. And if there's something that can, a counterattack breakaway, a rebound, power play goal, a tip in, those aren't the type of glaring chances against that as Oiler fans we were worried about as of recent. So can they continue still this kind of low event type of game where they have shut out Celebrini on Tuesday and Kachuk on Thursday and all those Nashville.
This would be the most zig when you think they're going to zag performance for the Oilers. It could be.
Well, and you look
done
at
it all year.
These 2 teams are 2 of the top scoring teams in the National Hockey League. But when they played earlier this year, it was 1-0 for the first 58 minutes of the game. and finished 2-1 for the Lightning. So that can also zag as well.
I know this is the most Jekyll and Hyde question that I can ask because we have talked about we never know when the puck drops what Edmonton Oilers
Box of chocolates.
Genuinely, we don't know what team we're going to get. But is this a game you always hear? Leon said it earlier this year. Connor says it all the time. And we have seen it where the Edmonton Oilers play their best hockey and they know when to play their best hockey. And they're playing a team tonight who is very, very good. They need points. They need to keep it going. This is a night to keep it going. We didn't see it in against the Florida Panthers, but do you think this is one of those nights where they sit there and go, we know we need to play our best hockey tonight? Or is this just, again, Jekyll and Hyde? They should, but they probably won't.
I want to say yes to that. I want to, but track record of 70 games would maybe prove me otherwise. But late night, hockey night in Canada, and maybe I at least bank on the Oilers. No, when they looked in the mirror Thursday night before going to bed, they went, you know what? Did I do everything physically, emotionally that I could have maybe done? And also, I guess I just want to touch on it quickly because you mentioned the Panthers. AJ Greer scored in that game. Should we talk about the scumbaggery that went down on the ice between the Panthers and the Flames? If you haven't seen it, Brett, maybe you can pull it up on Twitter if you can for us, screen share. There's no place for that in hockey, dude. Connor Zary could be a goddamn quadriplegic when he goes into the boards like that, neck first. That is so dangerous. There is no place for that coming from a guy who's done multiple scumbag things, in my opinion, on the ice. Mans, what was your reaction to that? I could not believe what I saw.
Yeah, I thought it was one of the dirtiest plays we've seen this season. And, I sent it to a couple of people and was chatting with people who, work in junior and just talking about it like, that could wreck your spinal column right there. Like that is such a it's such a dirty play, and he'll get a game. And that's the problem, like the Department of Player Safety, got reamed out by Eric Tulsky of the Hurricanes, and, everyone leaves and is like, no, everything's fine. Peros is doing a great job. We take player safety seriously, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe it. This will be a negligible punishment probably, and it's a shame because this is a really, really severe play that could have had devastating consequences, and it shouldn't be because it didn't have devastating consequences that it gets let off the hook.
How is this an over-the-phone hearing? It doesn't get more dangerous than that.
Literally my first thought.
What the hell is going on, dude? When you watch Zary, writhing in pain, he's trying to get his glove off, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Somebody needs to go beat the shit out of AJ Greer, because that's nut stuff. Let's go quickly. Delete that. Sorry, I hope you're okay. I hate the Flames. No place for that in the NHL. But back to the ice, back to the Oilers. Need to know info brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Made from 100% Alberta beef, their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. The Oilers are 9-3-0 in their last 12 home games against the Tampa Bay Lightning, while Connor McDavid has recorded a multi-point effort in 6 of his last 10 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. You have to think, no Leon Draisaitl. If the Oilers are going to find success against Tampa Bay, Connor McDaddy might have to be involved in it. Roby Järventie will make his Oilers debut and get his first NHL game action since, I think, November of 24 or 23. Probably wrote that down in front of me. That's my bad. But it'll be, here. We got his numbers here with the Bakersfield Condors. 36 points in 52 games. We had Ryan Holt, play-by-play voice for the Bakersfield Condors on ONE on Friday. He said this kid has earned his opportunity. Obviously, his career has had some ups and some downs, but here he is for the Edmonton Oilers. And then, yes, Brett?
Xavier Bourgault finally pays off, baby.
This is it.
Come on.
Let's go.
We can't walk past this, boys.
Would you rather have Roby Järventie or Wyatt Johnston?
Talk to me by 2030.
We don't talk about that.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
We talk about what was right in front of us. And Xavier Bourgault was right in front
We're
of us.
mad about not taking Jesper Wallstedt, not Wyatt Johnson.
Yeah,
Come
what
on.
are you talking
Get
about?
your story straight.
We currently have Connor Ingram in it, and we're sitting there going, that's our number one goalie.
There we go, baby. So this will be his 5th consecutive start.
It is.
Yeah, 5th consecutive for Connor Ingram. He will be in the crease for the Edmonton Oilers. As for the Lightning,
Can I just mention about Roby? So, like, he's fought through a lot of adversity in his junior career. He had one knee injury where his kneecap basically popped out, and then his other knee started to have problems. So he began this year not playing back-to-backs with Bakersfield. They, kind of load managed in a way to get him
Kawhi
back.
Leonard?
Yeah, a little bit, except legitimate. So in this case, like he's had to fight his way back, and he was really grateful for the opportunity and getting the call up. And he spoke to the media yesterday. I thought this was a good thing. Grateful, hard not to root for this kid and get the opportunity.
you don't think Kawhi Leonard was planting those trees? You don't believe him?
No, I'm pretty
Boys,
certain.
enough.
Clippers fan over
Coming
here. Clippers
from
fan
the
over here.
Clippers fan. Enough.
Injuries for the Lightning. Victor Hedman is going to be out tonight with an illness. So there's a positive spin for the Edmonton Oilers. Declan Carlisle on IR. Dominic James on IR. Max Crozier on LTIR. Max Crozier. I don't know why I wrote it like that. As for their number, Max. We have our Max. We have a Hulk. The Tampa Bay Lightning. They rank 2nd in goals for, 3rd in goals against. They are 13th on the power play, and they are 8th on the penalty kill. That is a team that knows how to win. They're good in every single area. They will make you pay if you have sloppy mistakes. So the Edmonton Oilers, they need to be dialed in on this hockey game, and let's pray they will be. And now let's go take a look at the Oilers lineup, and it's brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Download their app. Take advantage of their many, many deals. You can also go in-store. Take advantage of the $2 deal on top of any regular or premium box. For just $2, you can add on 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 deep-fried wontons. No, we shouldn't get Oodle Noodle tonight. We should save that for next week, but we need to get Noodle Noodle night going again soon here, boys.
Yeah, I brought food for a change.
Yeah, you did. I brought Wendy's. No free
Trying to
shout-outs.
be good.
JBC, shout out. Throw it up for me, Bert. What do we expect?
We have new lines coming from one Bob Soffer.
No.
He had it first.
New lines?
Bobby had it
The
first.
Nuge
What?
on the top line with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. What am I looking at right now? Vasily Podkolzin with Jason Dickinson on the second line with Kapanen. Matt Savoy now playing on the third line in the bottom 6 with Josh Szymanski playing center, where he's been on the wing the last couple of games. Jack Roslovic on the right wing. Then you got Maximum Jones with Rico and Roby Järventie. Your deep pairings, Matthias Ekholm with Bouchard. Darnell Nurse with Connor Murphy. And then Jake Woolman with a man who is back in the lineup, one Ty Emerson.
The Oilers have confirmed these lines too.
So these are the lines.
Okay. My first instant takeaway, you'll get in our live reaction here. I felt like we know that Jason Dickinson is not a second-line center. And we've discussed this at length a lot recently, that Nuge is a utility knife. He's a guy that can play the 2C role if you need him to. And for Matt Savoy to be demoted all the way down to the third line to play with Josh Szymanski and Jack floating around the D-zone Roslovic, that feels like a weird demotion for me for Matt Savoy. He's been very good as of late, and maybe they're just fighting fire with fire, top line against top line type situation, but that's a lineup when I look at that. I kind of said it to you earlier that I was like, this reminds me of the early era of Connor McDavid with some of those names out there. Knobloch, what were you thinking when you threw these out today?
Well, we were trying to, get some balance in the lines, but, also it's a big game. And, we thought Nuge put him back with McDavid. And, I think that everyone can play everywhere all the time, and the lines actually don't matter that much. I was looking at the analytics, and lines really, I believe in 5-man units, and that, so actually everyone can kind of just play anywhere. So let's give it a look, and
just a whole lot of nothing from Chris.
We'll see where it goes.
That was beautiful. That was fantastic.
Okay, can I say I actually don't hate these lines? There's a couple of things I like about them.
Szymanski back at center.
Szymanski playing center. Szymanski's a center. Let him play center. Okay, Henrique. The less, the better. And I don't hate, part of the reason I didn't like Hyman going down was you want McDavid paired with Hyman. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind that, fine. Put the line that you're going down with. This is a good line, Nuge, McDavid, Hyman. Now, what I don't like, this was the whole problem, was that Dickinson as a 2C, I don't really enjoy that much.
No.
I don't want to see him with 18 minutes.
We knew this when he got acquired, is that he's only in his cap of minutes, whatever, 14, 16, if he's got to do more than that. And we saw it in, what was that, Tuesday's game against I can't remember now. He's got so many games. When Dickinson had the neutral zone turnover that allowed San Jose to get the early 1-0 lead. That was a guy trying to make a play in a position in the lineup where he might be asked to make those type of plays. It bit him in the ass pretty immediately. I love Jason Dickinson, the player. I love him in that 3C role. I'm not a huge fan of this, and once again, Matt Savoy, we've seen him growing along this season, getting there, and it's been better. It's found some production. And the stick him back there in the third line where I feel like me and you have different stances on Josh Szymanski. Yes, I like the guy, but he should be playing center. I just don't think that's a guy for Matt Savoy to... You're stunting his whatever Matt Savoy could be and has been doing recently. I don't think you're giving him proper line mates to succeed.
Let me counterpoint that and say if Szymanski is going to stay above the puck, then the forwards can go chase and really go look for offense, and Szymanski can kind of hover back.
And Jack Roslovic can play, so you got that as well.
Right. So I'm curious to see what that line looks like. But this is the problem with Draisaitl out of the lineup, is that I don't think you can actually create a whole ton of different line combinations anymore. There does need to be a little bit of consistency, because at the end of the day, McDavid and Draisaitl can make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and there's less. They need time to marinate here a little bit. So, there's things I like. There's things I'm not so sure about with this.
They'll be blended up 10 minutes into the game.
It don't matter.
But it gave us a good 10 minutes to talk about something there, so that's beautiful. Nabi, sure, man, whatever. Let's go now to the starting goaltender report, brought to you by Dog Patch. Come on now. Great Saturday. You come on. You can still get some good food, but I recommend it's the weekend. Tomorrow, come on down to Dog Patch for brunch. Right? You got brunch at Dog Patch now a couple times. I've done it a couple times. It is truly amazing. The Eggs Benny. Lance Kane, he always says now that his lady, her favorite brunch spot is Dog Patch now. You picking up what I'm laying down? You agree?
I came here for brunch on the day that I came to propose. Trying to figure out the word. Engage with my now fiance. Proposed to my fiance, and it was a wonderful, as always, brunch. But you don't always have to get engaged.
How nervous were you during that brunch? Were you full of anxiety when you had to do that?
A little bit, mostly because the conversation with her parents was kind of more informal, and so it was kind of like, hey, you go for a smoke. Is it okay? Can we make sure? Is it okay? But I showed the ring to the workers down at.
Your stories are going all over the place today.
No, that's exactly what happened. I said to my fiance, it was me, my fiance, and her mother. And I kind of pushed my fiance outside and said, go outside as I make sure this goes. Whatever. It was great.
You shoved your fiance.
AJ Queer. Get out of the way.
I also laughed Mikhail and Dry when I said Lance's lady. He goes, his lady? as in Tyler Yaremchuk.
Whoa.
And then Lance
Potato.
said, that is true. They serve some cheese with brunch that she really loves. There we go. Esther, I believe. Shout out, Lance. Throw it up for me, Bert. We got the tail of the tape between our two goaltenders this evening. Connor Ingram getting his 5th consecutive start for the Edmonton Oilers, while we expect it to be Andrei Vasilevskiy. It's still not confirmed on Daily Faceoff. Do you see it?
I keep checking, but nothing totally confirmed.
We
Somebody
could get
tell me.
My Name is Jonas. Jonas Johansson.
And I'm carrying the way. I love Weezer. I'm a big Weezer guy, if you didn't know that about me.
Yeah, I'm after the first 2-3 albums, it kind of.
You're out? You're out on it?
Yeah.
I like the album
give me your
Hurley.
favorite song off. I was just gonna say Hurley.
Memories. I got it.
Yeah, there's certain they just become very uneven.
Shout out
And
Hurley from Lost, right, Brett?
The time I saw them at the Shaw, they were just okay. But I like some Weezer.
There we go. Okay,
I
there we
like
go.
some Weezer.
So those numbers, Andrei Vasilevskiy. Yep. He's really good. 2.29 goals against average with a 914 save percentage. Connor Ingram, our guy, 2.77 with an 892. Vasilevskiy will be tough to beat. I don't have many strategies on how to beat this man.
Should it be Jari?
Now, no. Short answer, no. But I don't know.
Because there's a certain individual in our chat
I
right
know.
now who
I see him.
seems
Jari to go. Should be Jari. It's enough, Peyton. Also, though, the next time he does start, I think that's when we'll post our video. So everybody's
this is a dangerous game.
They got something to look forward to if we do get the next Tristan Jari start. We
Yeah.
got, I don't know if it's the final draft of the video. It's pretty funny. I showed my buddies
Getting close.
all night last night, yesterday, Brett, and I was like, give it to me straight. Is this funny? And they were like, yes, it is.
I haven't seen the final draft or quote
Oh,
unquote.
we'll watch afterwards.
Yeah, I messaged him today. I was like, "Are we posting it?" So
Andrew said, no, Jar Jar stinks. Jar Jar stinks. I have liked that one. I've seen that one picking up some steam in the chat.
no.
Thoughts on the goaltending matchup? Vasilevskiy, really good.
Yeah, he's pretty good at hockey.
Pretty,
I think he's
pretty.
8-4 against the Oilers all the time. Yeah, he's pretty good, and the Oilers will have to try and crack him. They've won 1 in their last 5 against Tampa Bay, and we remember, hey, earlier this year they should have won that game. I mean, how Vasilevskiy did not score in overtime versus the spirited defensive effort and the Calvin Pickard heroics in Tampa Bay that they attempted. That was 5 months ago now, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But Ingram, look, I thought he was all right. Not great, not bad against Florida. Let's see. I
He
think
keeps the net just by default because Tristan Jari is
might
so
be
bad.
more in the stealing. He might need to do a little stealing, thieving,
Ooh.
a little
Robbing, thieving?
pickpocketing. Yeah, he's got an itching palm. Itchy Ingram.
Itchy.
Itching palm. You ever heard that phrase?
Yes, Brett?
anyways, that's crazy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I will.
from from recent memory, do the Edmonton Oilers kind of make Andrei Vasilevskiy a little uncomfortable? Now, he's very good, and that's kind of his bag. Is just making you look like he can go all over the crease, and he will make that save. But it kind of, every single time that the Edmonton Oilers play him, it looks like he's uncomfortable, makes those saves, but it looks like he's a little uncomfortable. Is it Andrei Vasilevskiy, or is it just me?
I don't know. Get in his kitchen, Zach Hyman. But once again, the only way to break a goaltender who's this good, that elite, is, I say,
Land
get in the
in
blue
his-
paint and fall on him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris Kreider couldn't learn how to stop.
Come on now.
I don't know. There was a stretch where the Oilers did well against the Lightning. It's kind of thrown back the other way. But the Oilers, after a shutout, my tweet getting a lot of views yesterday. I said, "Oh, they've been shut out. What happened afterwards?" Well, remember when they got shut out to the frickin' New York Islanders that game? Remember we did that 1-0? They scored 6 against Vancouver. Lifeless, shitty Vancouver. 6 Cobb. When they got shut out to the Wild, where they played pretty well against the Wild too in that game, but lost 1-0. Well, they pumped the beat the brakes off the Seattle Kraken the next night 9-4. So they scored 15 goals in the 2 games after a shutout. As some were quick to point out, well, Tampa Bay is no Seattle nor Vancouver, and I would agree with you. It does go to show that this team that does historically create a lot of scoring chances, you goose egg them once, that tends to flip back the other direction.
I keep refreshing Twitter, and the term Vasilevskiy and Jonas Johansson, it seems like it's Vasilevskiy.
and you'll find out when we find out.
Does John Cooper get away with it?
Who's in the building? Let me know. Get in the chat.
It's weird because the Edmonton Oilers have their lines out and everything like that, but I haven't seen anything for Tampa Bay Lightning yet, so it's weird.
All right, well, let's go now to the Tampa Bay Lightning's lineup for a second. It's brought to you by Truck Month. It's Truck Month, and that means it's your opportunity to get into a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab at 0% financing for 72 months. You're getting a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension, a powerful 5.3-liter V8 engine, and a commanding presence that demands attention. Hurry in to go see the Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab in person and take advantage of Truck Month before it ends. Throw it up, Bert. What we had from Daily Faceoff, at least you can give that up for the folks. Projected lineup. Top line, they're pretty good. Brandon Hagel with Sorelli and Nikita Kucherov. Your second line, Gage Gonclaves with Braden Point and Jake Gensel. Zemnis Girgensons with Yanni Gord and Pontus Holmberg on the third line. Corey Perry, an old friend, with Nick Paul and Oliver Bjorkstrand. Your D pairings, Darren Radish, one of the craziest parts of the NHL season. That this guy, I mean, again, he's not in true serious Norris contention, but his name is on Bet365 with some other elite defensemen out there in the
Radish
NHL.
has turned it up. Turn up.
Ooh.
His play.
Scores! He'll be playing with J.J. Moser because, once again, no Victor Hedman. Ryan McDonough playing with Eric Chernak. Emil Lilleberg with Charlie Edward Dastrauss. We did hear from Chris Knobloch earlier today before morning skate. He was talking about this Tampa Bay Lightning.
Puck management, getting pucks in, not trying to force things. If we're trying to force things, we're slowing the game down, and we're also making mistakes usually. So I would like us just being able to get pucks in, establish our forward check, and put the pressure on them.
Men's, I'd ask your thoughts on the Lightning, but we only have 5 minutes remaining, and we got to spin some wheels,
That's right.
brother. Let's get into it. Bordzy's Bankroll brought to you by Bet365, 19+. Please play responsibly. Take advantage of their early payout feature they got going right now. You bet on your hockey team, and they go up by 3 goals at any point in the game. Bang! Auto win right there. Bet365. A place that's I have done better on March Madness. The first day I got my teeth kicked in. I've made it back. I'm almost dead even now, so I did so responsibly, and I did so 19+. For the bankroll this evening, I didn't really know where to go. Me and Menzies had this same pick for the first one. I was asking the boys for advice. He said it as I was putting it down on the bankroll. Ingram over 23.5 saves at -110. He's been good. The Lightning are incredibly good, and they will put the puck on the net. Back to the well I go. Connor Murphy, 2+ blocks at -120. And now I don't know how I feel about this third play. I thought this was when he'd be on the top line with Connor McDavid. It's Matt Savoy for 2+ shots on goal.
Well,
that
Walmart Macklin should have no problem.
Yeah, there we go. Budget. Altogether, it is +470 on Bet365. I haven't placed it yet. Should I be taking out Savoy for something else? How do you guys feel about the Savoy play? Ride? Go with your gut?
Oh, man. I was going to say that I'm 100% in, but then I just remembered the line. I still think that he's going to end up getting wraps up there. I think
he might be the play driver on that third line, too, so he might be ripping pucks.
Who's on the PP1? That's the question, too.
Well, and I think this is also a blender-type game. They're just sitting there
It's
going,
always a
Freddie's not there.
blender
I don't
type
think Järventie's going to get a lot of time tonight. No. I think they're just going to...
No.
I think they're going to
DFO has Matt Savoy on the first power play unit. We ride. We ride.
They practiced it yesterday.
With Matt Savoy.
They practiced it. They said they practiced it. So let's see if they practiced it. Let's get to the wheel.
Let's get to the wheel, baby. If you're new here, we're going to spin the wheel 2 times. First one is for the first goal scorer of the hockey game. Second one, an anytime goal scorer. Granted, do it at home if you want. If you want to play along with us, we're doing so responsibly. Brett, give me a shuffle, my brother.
Because we got Roby now. Roby.
That's still not.
It would be nice
I'm
if...
going to work on a shuffle.
You got Spencer Stastny in there at the moment.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, well, what we can do, Stastny is Emberson.
Or you can just type it.
Oh, or you can...
Shout out to
I didn't
Wheel,
realize
baby.
it was so easy to edit the wheel.
Wheelofnames.com.
Reshuffle.
Reshuffle.
I would be nice to not get, as much as I love Max Jones,
We had
somebody with a little more...
We had Szymanski and Max Jones last game, which once again, we're up so much because we hit Jack Roswick at plus 2,600.
But the units are starting.
The units are dwindling slowly here. I'm still having fun, though. I'm still having
yes.
fun. Brett,
Yes.
do me a favor and spin that wheel.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me?
I was thinking I might bet him anyway again.
Are you kidding me?
Plus 6,000.
This is...
Let's go.
This is not
We
very
ride.
pretty.
The wheel is whatever you need the
I'm
wheel
going to
to
bet
be.
him anytime, too.
Yeah.
Tonight's his night.
If this does happen tonight, that high five is going to shake buildings around this place.
Oh, yeah.
A broken clock is correct 2 times a day.
This BBL be shaking. I'll tell you that.
Bet365 shaking in their boots right now.
That's insane. All right, we're going
Scores!
gonna shuffle a couple times. All right, because I genuinely think we need a couple times.
Yeah, you gotta start. I don't like when we get the last couple wheel spins.
Get a mix going.
I'm placing the Szymanski as I scroll.
What else is there?
There we go. Brett, give me. Yeah, you did
Nobody
another
hit
shuffle.
Cole Reinhardt first goal, and if you did, you would have been paying your mortgage.
You're right.
All right, this one's for an anytimer. Brett, spin that wheel.
Here we go. Here we go. Shoots. Dickie.
2C Dickey. I actually love this. I actually love
Okay.
this. It's
Center
gonna be fun to
depth.
ride.
Oh man.
Center depth. Center depth.
The wheel is just, boys, plus 550
The wheel is
for an
something.
anytime goal. The wheel is something.
The wheel is something.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of-
the units are dwindling the more.
Bob Barker. Apparently, a lot of controversy. There's this new doc about how he did. Yeah, there was a really bad guy behind the scenes.
Yeah,
of some
I
of
heard
those
about
prices,
this.
right?
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah.
Shout out Happy Gilmore.
Bob.
Final thing we got quick here. We're at 8 o'clock. Score prediction. Anytime goal scores. Brett, go first.
Dang. I'm gonna go. 3-2 Oil. I say it's a tight game. 3-2 Oil, and I'm gonna go with anytime goal scorer Jack Roslovic.
Nice. Like that. Men's, what about you? Trying to find Dickie.
Sorry, I'm getting Dickie in.
Okay, for me, then I'll
it's
go.
like duplex. Dickie, where's Dickie go?
Okay, you go. You got your score?
Yeah, I'll get Lightning 6-4.
Shit.
Gage Conclaves.
Yeah,
anytime.
but Connor Ingram makes 24 saves at
Oh,
least.
that's
in
right.
this one.
Yeah.
Gage Goncalves.
Yeah, I do not know how to say his name.
Goncalves. You're Spanish. You should be able to know.
I'm
I'm
also
zagging
less
'cause
red now.
I do think the Oilers could very well come out and win this game. Like, they will zag us, but I will gladly play the villain.
Yeah, okay. I like that. You're never going to catch me predicting anything but an Oilers win. 4-2 Oilers win with an empty netter and Dickie. It's Dickie's world. We're just living in it. I actually love that. It's going to be a fun one to ride with tonight. I love you all. I appreciate you all. LD. You going at him. Oh, final thing I should also mention. The playoffs be coming around the corner. And that means we've got a nation playoff draft. It's the first time we're doing this. They've been doing it out in Flames Nation. It is very successful, and we're doing it at one hell of a venue, the River Cree, folks. You can register your team now at nationgear.ca. Friday, April 17th at 6 p.m. We will be at the River Cree where you can do your draft. Teams of 8 are $1,000, including dinner at the River Cree and your first beverage. It's always nice when you get your first one for free. Hosted by Ryder and Lisa. Ty and Liam will be there. I will be there. A lot of us at the Nation crew. Build your playoff roster, outdraft the competition, and battle all postseason for $2,500 cash and Nation glory. Spots are limited. Sign your team up now. All proceeds support Kids Sport Edmonton. Boy, should we make a team? Should we make a team?
I would love to. I
love playoff pools and playoff drafts. It's the best.
So I asked the question you asked in
Yeah.
our social meeting yesterday. One bag milk is confirming what it may be. I'm very much looking forward to this.
It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. So nationgear.ca. As for us, we will talk in a couple of hours. Oilers Nation After Dark right here on the ON YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Do me a personal favor. Hit that like button right there for me at the bottom of your screen, and it helps us out on the algorithm. Good luck to everybody on the Bet365 Battlegrounds. We will talk in a couple hours. Szymanski. Scores! Over and out.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.